Hello everyone. So in this update of the CityGen Unreal Engine Infinite City Builder system that I'm working on, I have worked on a number of updates to the road placement system, runtime road placement system. So here the special thing is bridges, and not just that, we have worked on, let me give you a review, a summary. So this is what I had as of the last episode. We had this play drone spline road system and snap to road to world grid and junction, terrain flattening, embankment, cross sections. We had all these things, and in this video we worked on bridges over valleys and rivers and pillars beneath the spans and different meshes used for the road section on the bridges, and also self intersection junctions. That means if I continue to draw a road and if I do a curve and come back and cross the same road back again, it will count as a junction that wasn't there in the previous episode. And also I worked on a system to fixed angle snapping similar to Cities Skyline, and worked on the corners as well, improvements. So right, let me jump into the game and show you the improvements here. So this is, we are now in the runtime, and this is a road that I just placed. Yes, you can see here we have bridges, and on the bridge we have this side railing as well on the mesh, and we don't have that on the regular section of the road. And yeah, it can go on forever. So yeah, this is the end. Now here, if I go to the road placing mode, now I can start a new road from here. And let me draw this. Connect here, hit enter. Now here you see, a bridge has been created over this valley, and the other areas that is not high enough for the bridge, terrain has been modified. And everything is placed automatically. Yeah, and the same road continues nicely. Yeah, there is another junction. Now, yeah, let me demonstrate the junctions again. So here, if I start a new road like this and just yeah, and hit enter. See? Now the terrain is cleared and the junction is created. So we still have some features that appears like this, but that is something I'm still working on. And also we don't have a separate mesh for the junctions. That is also something I need to work on, but the system is basically working. The terrain is nicely flattened on the junction area, so the two meshes overlap nicely. And yeah, oh, that's one thing. And the other thing is here, that's free from the roads there without any restrictions on the angles. Now here I have this option, use fixed angles. Now if I do that, if I enable that and go start the game, so here, now let me place a road. So the initial section, you can do anything, but after that here you see there are steps like this. It's another section. Now you see roads are always straight. Enough. Yeah, let me hit enter. Now, just like before, the terrain modifies and the road appears like this, and the bridges are also there. So now, yeah, let me here. In this mode, we can make nice cities skyline like roads. And yeah, also I have been working on a building placement mode as well, which I can place alongside the road. Here it becomes red when the ground underneath is not suitable for the building. It becomes green when it is suitable. But this is not something I have finalized, just wanted to give a sneak peek on what's coming next. Yes. All right. Now, if we head over to the presentation, yeah, this is the concept of the bridge. So if we earlier we didn't have the when we didn't have the bridges, either road was moved down or the terrain was lifted up to match with the road. But with bridges now we have these pillars that appear underneath the road, so the road can uh, run horizontally straight. And this is something that I have done to define how long or how much a gap there should be to consider as a bridge or to deform the terrain. So here, if I stop, you see under bridge section, I have, oh, it's under here. I should move it to bridge. So this bridge gap, this I have defined it as 1000. So if I make it 2000, you would see now the gap that you need to get a bridge is increased like this. For any gap that is less than 2000, it will be lifted. The terrain will be deformed like this to match with the road. And this bridge gap hysteresis, this is to make the bridges keep going even once we start a bridge. Even if the landscape moves up, the gap is decreased, but we're gonna continue if the gap is still larger than bridge gap minus this hysteresis value. And yeah, these pillars are that makes up the bridge. So these are static mesh, instanced static meshes, and I have made 2 of them across the bridge. So yeah, you see, there are these 2 of them on both sides of the bridge. But you can obviously change the mesh that you're going to use for pillars here, and also for the bridge road mesh you can override the mesh you want to use here, and here you can use the replace the regular road mesh. This is for bridge sections. So this is the logic of the merging. When if I connect two ends of the rods, it becomes a single spline to get a smoother result. And also, yeah, if there are two separate rods, and if I connect the two ends of those rods, that also becomes a one single spline, a merged rod, and also a loop. This also becomes one. And here regarding the fixed angle mode, so when on the bend angle increment, you can change it here. Fixed angles here, angle increment 15. If I make this, let's say 30, you need to take effect. I need to restart. But later on, I will define a way to change that in the runtime. Yeah. See? Now we have the 0, 30, 60, 90. Okay. So this is cursor color palette. That means here, if I start placing another road, this becomes this purple when it snaps to a point on an existing road, and this becomes blue when it is a valid point. Place it, go here. So this becomes red if it is an invalid point. That means this angle is too much for this road. If this is green, that's a valid point. Like this. So you can change that angle, the max slope decrease. Here I have set it to 10. So if you increase this, you can modify this angle and see what happens. Okay, so that's all I have done so far. So I want to integrate this with the UI and also a way to save and load roads, and yeah, demolition, edit mode, edit roads, and also I need to work on the junctions as well, and then yeah, zoning and placing buildings. So yeah, let's move into those things in upcoming episodes. And of course, you can access the latest project files from my Patreon page. Link is in the description below, and also this will be in Fab once it is available. I'll put the link in description. Once you become a member, if you can access the project files of all thousands of projects I have done in my channel, not just this project. So feel free to check it out. I'll leave the link in description below. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions and comments and suggestions in the comment section. See you in the next update. Goodbye.